All right, let's welcome Chukwudi Okodibwaja here to review the newspaper for us. Chukwudi, good morning.
Morning, Claire. How are you?
Yes,
it's not a very clear day, but I can assure you it's going to be a good day for you. And stop laughing. You didn't listen to the end of the statement. It's going to be a clear day for you, my dear.
It is.
Forget the elements. Hello? Laffy, Laffy.
It's a clear day for me. Because I'm sitting with Claire.
I know. She has reinforced your positivity by nomenclature.
We have limited time for newspaper.
All right, let's see what the papers have this morning. We begin with the People's Daily. The lead story here says 25 insurance companies under fire for financial misconduct. Above that story we have, I didn't reject Tinubu's appointment, says Muhammad Babangida. Interesting. Away from that, Adamawa, that's the kicker. Police rescue 13 trafficked children. Parade 567 suspects for sundry crimes. Looking away from that, below the picture story this morning on the front page of the People's Daily, we have Nigerian Army trains 173 troops for ECOWAS peacekeeping mission in Guinea-Bissau. And just below that, we welcome constructive criticism that promotes good governance, according to Governor Yusuf. ICPC case, court remands civil defense officer for failing to appear for trial. Details on page 7. And finally, on the front page of the People's Daily, we have strip governors of powers under Land Use Act. Eden tells National Assembly. Details on page 2. All right, so that's it. And let's see what the Daily Trust is offering this morning. Leads with rebasing. The economy, of course, is the lead story. Nigeria's GDP hits 372.82 trillion naira as poverty rate worsens. Details on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust. Above that, Tinubu's directive on Benue crisis yet to be implemented, according to Autumn. Nigeria sliding towards authoritarian rule, according to the NLC. Police pensioners hold protest in Abuja, Kwara, Plateau, others. And of course, they are gracing the front page this morning with a picture story. Below that, Gandaje's replacement tops agenda as APC holds next meeting Thursday. Details on page 5. And below that, Abuja demolition. Victim dies hours after. Not a good one, but page 20 has that. Northeast to pay highest rate in proposed electricity tariff hike. And finally, 2027, that's the kicker. PDP NEC to review report on zoning national convention. All right, Claire.
All right, I think you've taken almost all the stories trending on the papers, but just one from leadership. And it's just tucked in there in the right column. That should be my left column. That should be to your right. It says, Emir Sanusi seeks stiffer punishment for wife beaters. Emir Sanusi seeks stiffer punishment for wife beaters. And I think that should be the major story from that, from leadership. Niger community raises 100 million naira from land rent to repair school and clinic. And that story is just above the nameplate and the leadership. I think we just leave it at this and bring in the Chukwudi to quickly review some of the headline for us.
You know, I keep saying that I dodge elitist things to talk about us as a people. I'm taking up the Emir Sanusi statement, wife beaters. Yesterday at National Hospital, a matron said, thank you for looking after your wife. Do you know that some people come to this place, see the condition of their wife in hospital, and they abandon her? And I said, that is not possible. But then, there are many men on earth. It should not stop at wife beaters. The African woman, the African wife, is indeed going through a lot of ordeal. It's just that there are usually things you don't want to come out and announce in public. So let the lives of Emir Sanusi look more. Let our traditional rulers look more. Let the communities look more and know how we're treating our wives. No comedy woman rapper.
There's a special
not just wives, women in general.
There's a special story, and I didn't want to preempt it, but because you talked about it, and it's about, you know, this cliche that we hear these days about wife material, husband material. And I said to myself, whenever we talk about, you know, wife or husband materials, in our days, you know, such, I mean, we didn't hear of such because I mean, you had the discipline, you know, so all you needed to do was...
You're listening to a progressively discriminatory world.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. You know, so it's good that eminent people come out to talk about it, so that it's not as if it is trendy, you know, it is macho.
People are asking people to remove the, what do you call it, in their eye now.
The log.
Whereas they don't see the big log that is in their own. That's what's happening, you know. The rebasing of Nigeria's economy, this headline is rather cynical. Nigeria's GDP hits 372.82 trillion as poverty worsens. Trust editors to say their matter.
Well, it's speaking to parameters.
Parameters, good.
Parameters, yes. And that's basically
because the GDP has grown.
Yes,
yes.
You know, we will look at the parameters and then look at whether or not the rebased, you know, status is speaking to the issues.
That's the reality.
Yes, to the reality.
That's it. 2019, 205. Now we're talking about 372. There's growth quite all right. But something needs to be done at both the macro and micro economic levels for the common people.
You know, I don't like to talk about these things because they can be too technical, but I'm glad we're having people that will come and break it down for us.
Thank you for calling me an expert to my face.
No, it's okay. I think, yeah, Ray.
That's about it. We need to... Thank you, Chukwudi. No. You know, I don't do that. We want you to stay around, but we need to have... we need to have...
Don't do that.
We need to get into our conversation, you know, because of time. We have two discussions today. Thank you so much for joining us, Chukwudi.